Hey fishy people, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a unique fish in the aquarium hobby that is almost like a snake or eel kind of body to it, the Kuhli Loach. Now the Kuhli Loach, or the Pangeo Kuhli, I'll put that on the screen. I think I got that one right though, is a cool bottom dwelling fish that will add some shock value to your tank. Definitely going to be a conversation starter because they're almost like mini eels or water snakes. So if someone sees them in your tank, they're definitely going to be like, hey, what's that weird looking thing right there? In nature, they can be found in freshwater streams throughout Southeast Asia. Think places like Malaysia, Thailand, Borneo. A couple interesting facts about these guys is they were actually first classified back in 1846. So they are considered to be a very old worldy fish and thought to be a food source for the indigenous people of Indonesia back in the day. Now in the wild, they're going to get about 5 inches in length, but in the aquarium hobby, they're going to get between 3 to 4 inches. You'll find primarily 2 versions of these, though there are a few more. You're either going to get your orange ones that have black bands around them, or the all black Kuhli Loach, which is a deep, rich chocolate brown color, which is a flat color versus the orangey one. Either way, same care for both of them, just a different color morph on these. For a minimum tank size, I've heard people keep them in tanks as small as 5 gallons before. But for the sake of newbies in this hobby, I would say a minimum of 15 to 20 gallons. You're going to keep a group of 3 to 5 of these together, definitely go with a 15 to 20. If you're going to keep one by itself, a 5 gallons probably okay. While they're not a schooling fish, they are much more sociable when they're in groups of 3 to 5 of these guys or more. Water temp wise, you're going to want to keep them between 72 to about 86 degrees Fahrenheit and a pH of 5.5 to 6. Food wise, in the wild, they're going to be searching riverbeds and are going to consume anything that they can get their mouths on. So things like small shrimps and plant matter, things like that. So they're going to act as a natural filter in your tank because they're going to be scavenging the floor of whatever tank or river or receptacle they're in. So as long as they can get a mouthful of sand or some small pebble substrate in there and filter it out, they're going to be eating whatever they can get their hands on. So, feeding wise is not going to be too bad. They're mostly a scavenger, but you could toss in some type of foodable bug bite pellet or an extreme pellet, something small that these guys can find on their own sifting through your substrate. Repashy foods would also be another good one. You can make small little discs or cubes of repashy, sprinkle those throughout the tank while you're feeding your normal stuff. Tank mate wise, they're a peaceful scavenger, so they're pretty much going to be able to get along with anything as long as those tank mates won't eat them. Some common tank mates that typically go with these guys are tetras, danios, rasboras, gouramis, corycats, shrimp. You could try betta fish. Some people say their betas didn't like them. Some people say they're fine. And of course, other loaches. Because as I mentioned before, they're not a schooling fish, but the less amount you have in your tank, the more reclusive they're going to be and the less likely you're going to be able to see them being active around in your tank. So overall, I think this is an awesome scavenger fish. I have kept them before. Unfortunately, mine did not last. I think the supplier that I got them from was not the best, so they didn't last very long. But they were cool while I had them. They can, keep a couple people out because they do look like a worm or a snake. But overall, I'm going to give them a 9.5 out of 10. I'm going to take that half a point away just because if you don't have enough of them, you may not see them a lot. I've heard people say they bury themselves down their substrates. They thought they died, didn't even know they had them until they were getting ready to drain the tank out. Because life expectancy for these guys is about 10 years, so they are going to live a long life. As always, thank you all so much for watching and all the continued support on every video. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know your experience with the Kuhli Loach. And until next time, I'll see you guys around.